edition. Okay, I'm asking you to unmute, Tony. Okay, I'm just making sure. I want you to be in your feelings this time, thinking that I muted you still.
I had my feelings removed in
So
1993.
I wanted to be real clear that I am asking you to unmute.
I appreciate
Waited a second just to make sure you were sure you wanted us
Just
to
be
unmute.
sure I was sure. Just like you really want me to talk. Okay.
That's
On the podcast that we've been doing now for about 7 weeks, you really want me to say something? Just to be sure.
I'm just saying y'all have lasted longer than most people I know to deal with me, so I'm actually impressed. I'm pretty sure I knew Will could deal with me. The other two of y'all, I'm like, ooh, y'all really sure?
You really didn't try as hard as you think. We had some bumps at the beginning, but we found our common footing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us today. This is going to be another top 5 video. We are coming today doing our top 5 on nostalgia and guilty pleasures. So these are movies, these are the throwback movies, these are the movies that your feel-good movies, stuff that you just want to watch. Doesn't matter if Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 0 or not. This is the movie that you chose. This is the one that you like. It is all good. There's a couple of picks in here. And of course, like we were discussing earlier, Tony still feels he still has not seen the movie I selected from comedy, dance flick. He still hasn't watched it. So I feel like I should have put that on here. So let me just go ahead and throw that out as an honorable mention right now. Apparently, it is my guilty pleasure and nothing else.
Formal protest. Moderator, he's throwing out honorable mentions ahead of time.
Duly noted.
All right, you know what? Reclaiming my time. Moving back. Okay. We are here to help keep things on track because, as you saw on the last video, we did not have our moderator. And if you watch the videos where we have our moderator and you watch the videos where we don't have our moderator, obviously we like having our moderator.
We like to talk.
Because I think if you have not watched the top 5 we did on refresh me, guys. What was the last top 5 we did? That
sci-fi?
One was on
sci-fi.
That was sci-fi. No, action.
Sci-fi, then action.
Oh no, we did action.
Sci-fi with the moderator.
Right.
Action without.
So see, wasn't just me. But if you go back, for those of you who get a chance, check out the Nicolas Cage segment in our top 5 action. That was great. And
I think that was the first time it was my fault.
Yeah, that wasn't my fault.
It's all good. We had a good time. We laughed. It was great. Okay, I'm going to pass this thing over to Will. He is our moderator today. And I'm going to just go ahead and hand him the reins and we will proceed.
All right, so nostalgia and guilty pleasures are where we're going today and stuff like that. So again, we're going to keep this very organized as much as possible, stuff like that, and see where things going. We're going to keep to the same order we did last time, Like I like to save the best for last, So I don't want
D's last.
No, not at all. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and get on to nostalgia and guilty pleasures, and we're gonna go ahead.
He's never gonna forgive me.
Have Sam, have you kick us off, stuff like that.
Okay.
All right. So for nostalgia guilty pleasures, I have a twofer right here. This is both a nostalgia movie and it is a guilty pleasure. It's a movie that I enjoy watching. It's got some great singing. It's a throwback. My wife loves the movie, and we enjoy watching it together. So it's one of those movies that if I happen to see that it is on television anywhere, understand that that is what we are doing. We are watching that movie, nothing else. All-star cast. It has Diana Ross. It has Michael Jackson, Nipsey Russell. It's a fantastic movie. This is The Wiz.
That's a good one.
That's a good pick.
And The Wiz was a nice alternative to, for those of you who somehow don't know, this is an alternative telling of The Wizard of Oz. You still have the same basic concept. Dorothy ends up in Oz, and she's trying to get home. You got the ruby slippers, Scarecrow, Tin Man, Cowardly Lion. It's a little different though. I mean, it's Harlem school teacher Dorothy. You know, she's not on a farm. She's a teacher, and she and her dog Toto, they get whisked away to Oz. The house falls on the Wicked Witch of the West, and a nice little surprise. Richard Pryor as the wizard,
Yes.
and it's just great. You've got again, Nipsey Russell was the Tin Man, Ted Ross was the Cowardly Lion, and Michael Jackson in
That's a Scarecrow.
one of his one of the few cinematic performances he had, but definitely one of the best. Probably, in my opinion, I think the best time I've seen him, not on stage, but just like doing a movie or something movie related.
Yep.
Phenomenal.
And that was Black Michael.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. I was going to say that.
That was Big Nose Mike. That was Big Nose Mike, and he was singing when he first got there, and the Crows were sitting there, and they had their little song, and he was singing that with that was some powerful singing, and my boy was getting down. So yeah, that is without a doubt a guilty pleasure. That is a nostalgic movie because it came out in 1978, and it is by some standards considered an older movie. 42 tomato meters, 65 audience score, but I feel fairly confident that is going to be a favorite for many people.
I will agree with you 100% on everything you said about that movie. That movie was great, top to bottom. And I don't like musicals like that, but it's a few that I will get down with. That is one of them.
All right. So The Wiz is down for number one. Start us off. All right. Dunesia, on to you.
Okay. Mine came out in 1990. And it's so funny when I think about this kind of stuff because I'm like, I was only 5. How did I watch this movie? But I don't know.
Wow.
93% on Rotten Tomatoes, but it only had an 82% audience score because people are dumb. This is when I'm in high school and I can go to parties, this is what I wanted it to be. And it's House Party.
I knew it.
It's quotable. We wanted to learn the dances. I wanted to dress like Sheree, like the Kool-Aid scene, Robin Harris.
Hola, hola. Hey.
As soon as she said that was the first thing that went through my mind. Was,
yeah. Can I just say that I actually dress like that?
Pictures or it didn't happen.
Wait, first of all, you think I'm gonna be embarrassed by him? Bet. Let me go. I'm gonna go get it.
You know what? I'll do you one better. Let me pull up a picture that I found. We were going through. We recently had reason to go through a lot of photo albums at my wife's parents' house, and they found a photo. This had to be, let's see, it's Marius's birthday party. So this had to be like 99, maybe 2000. And I had to take a picture of the picture. And I apologize to my baby sister who's in the photo, but I'm going to try to share this with y'all.
Nice. You know what, Sam? I'm gonna do you one better.
That's a nice shirt.
I do that. That shirt has lions, gold trim. I cannot tell you how big that shirt is on my little body. And those pants, know that they are like tight rolled at the ankle with some dress shoes.
In the water. They were in the water.
Oh no,
Well,
those pants are probably like 2 sizes too big, held up with a belt.
Well, I'm gonna go back a
Let's
little
see
bit
yours,
further.
Tony.
I'm gonna go back a little bit further when pimping was a thing. The little light skin with good hair.
Oh, check him out.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about
Check
the
him out.
3-piece, bruh. You can't rock the vest. Got to coordinate. I was already telling you, you had to coordinate.
Time my clothes.
I think I wouldn't wear that
Yeah,
right
John
now.
Witherspoon was in it too.
I was like, got to coordinate. You got
Yeah.
to.
For anybody who hasn't seen the movie, it's just basically about a high school party and everything around it.
You can't do no kind of crime. They'll find you instantly. Follow the drip.
Follow the drip. Follow the drip.
Test tube,
Yes.
baby.
All right.
Yes.
Robin
Oh my
Harris.
God.
That was a great movie.
See?
Robin Harris
call.
was great, by the way.
Good call.
Yeah.
Great.
All right, Tony. We're gonna see what your pick is for number
All right.
3.
My number one pick by far is my favorite movie, period. I will watch this movie over Falcons football, over Yankees baseball. If it's on TV, I'm sitting down, don't nobody talk to me. 58% on Rotten Tomatoes, 86% audience score. I'm not even gonna say the name because I said it yesterday. You know, I said I had a parody of one of the karate movies that you said, Sam, remember?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
The Last Dragon.
Come on now. It is show enough. That right there all day long. I don't even care. Vanity was in it, who I didn't find personally attractive because she's a little too thin for me, but that's all right. But the guy who plays Shonuff, Julius Carey, a lot of people don't understand that he was an acclaimed Broadway actor. He was known on the Broadway circuit. And when they brought him into this movie, they specifically asked him to play a campy villain, and he nailed Shonuff. He did. So that's I don't care if you like it. I don't care if you've seen it. I've seen it. I'm going to watch it when we're done. I might watch it while we're doing this. You just don't know with me. So if you hear me back here.
I'm always curious why Tamik didn't do anything else.
Because he could not act.
Well, this is true, but still.
That was obvious in the movie.
They would have even so, he would have been able to sell movies just from being in The Last Dragon. They could have done another one. And shame on Barry Gordy for not trying a sequel, anything.
No. You could have done a prequel. You can't do a sequel to The Last Dragon. Who you going to beat up next? The show going to Manhattan?
I need to know what happened with Eddie Arcane. No, I need to know what happened with Eddie Arcane.
He went to jail.
I need to know if Homegirl got her video made.
Which one? The first one or the second one?
She had the little taxi thing.
Test drive.
I need to know. I have questions.
No, she left to go, and she left. And then she fell in love with the little Chinese dude. So, nah.
This is true. I love The Last Dragon. That is a classic.
It is a great one.
Without a doubt. And that falls under nostalgia.
Yeah.
I like that movie. Good call.
So, yeah.
All right, Last Dragon down for Tony. So that we're going back to you, Sam. What you got?
All righty. Looking into a little bit of fantasy. This one's not as old. It's kind of in between, but it's got one of those really interesting casts. If you really didn't pay attention, like I really couldn't appreciate this movie till I was a little older and I was actually able to determine what it was I was actually hearing, because the two main actors in the movie have like really, really heavy accents, and as a result, you couldn't quite make out what was being said. Christopher Lambert is he's a unique actor and his voice is so odd. And it did not help to have Sean Connery in the movie also.
Connery.
So, 1986, Highlander. Having these fantastic swordsmen run around and have like all these battles, basically trying to behead one another because there can only be one. So the idea is that they're going to go around, have these duels in like these random places, and the idea being that whoever the last man standing basically has all of the power. They are immortal otherwise. They can only be killed by being beheaded by another immortal. And it's such a campy movie, but it's so good. And it spawned a whole television show, multiple sequels. I'm not saying that they were all great.
No, they were not.
Highlander was good. The rest have
Adrian. What is it? Adrian Paul on the television show? That wasn't bad. But we're not talking TV, talking movies. And the only one that counts for me is Highlander. 69 Rotten Tomatoes, 79 audience score. That is
Mario
just,
Van Peebles.
But Connor McLeod, Duncan McLeod, it's.
We're not going to talk about Mario Van Peebles, right?
Not in that one.
Bro, come on, man. Cringe worthy.
I can go off on a tangent about Mario Van Peebles.
Don't know.
No, we're not gonna do that. Dunesia, we're gonna go off on a tangent about your second pick. Let's go ahead.
I'm sorry, I started that one.
You did. Okay. My second pick, 1987, 97% Rotten Tomatoes, 94% audience score, and it's inconceivable if you haven't seen this movie.
I hope I haven't seen it.
I hope I haven't seen it too.
You haven't seen Princess Bride?
Damn. Okay, yeah.
Wait a minute, y'all didn't get the reference?
Yes, that's why I'm like, I know I didn't see it.
Yeah, it gets a little short ball, dude.
Inconceivable. And you know what's funny? I did not put that movie down simply because I expected it to be on this list. So I opted for another one.
The only reason I saw it is because I have girls.
You sound like Fred Savage at the beginning of the movie.
I know. I did it for a reason. Come on now.
Great movie.
Princess Bride. Yeah.
But I will say, like, even to this day, As You Wish is, I throw that out sometimes to the wife when it's like she wants something, I don't really want to do it, but then it's like,
As You Wish.
And of course, it's just that reference to be like, oh, okay, I love you, so I'm gonna do this. As You Wish.
Damn that.
So, good pick. Like that movie.
All right, Tony, what you got?
All right, I'm gonna come up to
prepared
night. Hey, it's my turn.
I know.
I'm gonna cut time off you, Sam. Okay.
Reclaiming my time.
Moderate. So I'm gonna come up to 1997, and I'm gonna have the moderator on my side when I mention this movie because I know he enjoys this movie. Yep, Casper Van Dien. Give me that Starship Troopers.
Oh man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All day, every day.
All day, I will watch this dumbass movie all day for no reason. You had Neil Patrick Harris was in it, Jake Busey, Clancy Brown, Denise Richards. Come on now. It was just a cast that made no sense that they should be in a movie. And they were. And then they're fighting alien bugs on another planet. And you got like the spider looking bugs. You got the brain bug. Oh my God. It was just ridiculous. That whole movie.
Welcome to the Roughnecks.
Right? Come on now. If that wouldn't motivate just that right there, then they had the little train accident. Medic, his head is going. What is the medic going to do? Just stop it. Stop it. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. That's freaking fantastic. I love that one.
Starship Troopers, write it down.
All right, got it down. All right, Sam, you can talk now.
All right. So let me run through this one since I wasted a little time on the other one. We recently discussed this one in group. For those of you who are not aware, Grown A Geeks has a large community on Facebook. We have our own group. You can actually click the QR code in the bottom right corner, and that'll take you directly to the group. interestingly enough, we just had a conversation. I forget what we were talking about, but for some reason, Tony made reference to robots, and I had to pull a meme out, and the meme I pulled out was from the youngest game developer ever in a movie. It's so crazy. Like, this guy was just JT. He made this thing, and like the Matrix was big at the time, and so that was all popular. So Alan Covert, Doris Roberts, Shirley Jones. That's really where it comes. We got Nick Swardsden, Grandma's Boy. What's so great about this movie? It was 2006. Grandma's Boy got a 16 on the tomato meter and an 85 audience score.
That's because people are stupid. D is already covered it.
It's better than a 0 though. So
This movie is the movie is funny. Okay, funny. And
it didn't belong on that list though.
I really had a hard time deciding which category I wanted to put this in because I felt like it could have gone into another category and done just as well there. But I recognize this is not a movie a lot of people like. So it seems safer to put this just in my guilty pleasures. Not so much nostalgia, but definitely guilty pleasures as Grandma's Boy. And, you know, Alex is a video game in the movie. The main character, Alex, is a video game tester. He doesn't really have any ambition. Of course, he lives with his grandma, and he's got like cheap rent. The grandma's friends are like constantly hitting on him. He leaves out pot brownies at some point, and the grandma and her friends, they get into the pot brownies. Nick Swardsden has a Dance Revolution competition and absolutely nails it. That whole segment is hilarious. There's so much in this movie that's funny, but it is a certain kind of certain group of people are going to find the humor in this. It's not for everyone, so it is without a doubt a guilty pleasure. One of my favorites, Grandma's Boy.
Would I be one of those people who find humor in this movie?
I don't know. It depends on whether or not you watch Dance Flick and laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that'll be a big no.
Shots fired. Here we go. All right.
So then maybe this wouldn't be one I would recommend, as I can't gauge your humor.
You've seen my humor.
And you've seen my taste in movies, yet you won't watch this movie. So I don't know whether or not to recommend anything to you anymore.
There's a difference between won't watch and can't watch. It's different.
If you get to a point where you have to turn it off, then by all means.
Do you have this movie? Do you own it?
Yes.
Then that sounds like something needs to be in the DVD on the 10th.
I will make it available to you.
I'll tell
Actually,
you what.
You know what?
If you haven't played,
that'll be our movie right there. Boom. Done.
I will watch it. I will watch it. I give you my word.
Why do we all have to suffer?
I'm going outside.
It'll be in the background. You know what? I'll do a couple of scenes, and if he likes it, I'll let him borrow it. There we go. Anyway, back to Grandma's Boy. Grandma's Boy was my pick. That is the movie I think is hilarious. And you know what? When you watch this video, post in the comments if you like Grandma's Boy too. There we go.
Nobody's going to post that.
All right. We're going to carry on again to Dunesia and let's see what you got for your third pick.
All right. We're in 1988.
No, we're not. We're in
on Rotten Tomatoes, 82% audience score.
I heard that.
Early, I don't know what he said. Early Tim Burton, Michael Keaton, Gina Davis, Beetlejuice.
Classic.
That's all
Classic. Beetlejuice.
It was great. Michael Keaton was absolutely great. And for some reason, the dining room scenes.
Wait a minute, I promise you, I'm sitting here just singing it in my head right now.
Right? I'm sitting here like,
damn.
Daylight come, they one go home. Come, Mr. I'm sorry. Keep going. We about to get into. I told you.
All right, Tony, it's on you. Let's go.
All right. So My first one was a comedy, Last Dragon, parody or whatever you want to call it. Then we hit Starship Troopers, which was not a good movie, but it's enjoyable to watch. My next one is a deep movie. It's something that when I first saw it, I saw the true acting skills of a certain comedian. Also in this movie was the lead singer of 30 Seconds to Mars, if we know that group. He also played the Joker. The movie is Requiem for a Dream.
Ooh, that's a fantastic movie.
Yes.
Marlon Wayans. For those that know the Wayans and the Wayans family, all of them have different levels of humor. But Marlon is one of the funnier ones. In this movie, that's not the case. In this movie, he's serious. Him, Jared Leto, by the way, who's the lead singer of 30 Seconds to Mars. If y'all didn't know, he has a group, and he is a damn good singer. Very good. Jennifer Connelly was in it, who played Jared Leto's girlfriend. Marlon and Jared were best friends. Ellen Burstyn was his mother. Those four characters right there showed how addiction differently affects everybody, and how if you don't get this addiction treated, it ends up badly. All this movie, most movies have happy endings. This movie was not a happy ending. Nothing in this movie was happy. Everything that could go wrong went bad. I'm talking about Tyrone, who was Marlon Wayans, ended up in jail. Jennifer Connelly was turning tricks, doing sex scenes. Jared Leto lost his arm. The mom went to a mental asylum because she was, trying to lose all this weight and just got addicted to pills. And if you wanted something to just sober you up and make you look at life, this is your movie. Requiem for a Dream. I don't know what else I can say about it. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have seen it, but when I want that change of pace movie, that's what I put in.
All right. It's a good movie. It's deep.
Probably why I haven't seen it. All right. Sam, we're on to you.
Yeah, I just want to throw out one more time that is, without a doubt, one of the best movies of all times.
It is. Well,
and we had a whole conversation about Keith David. Keith David is Big Tim. Like, he was a great bad guy, but that was, yeah. I just want to take a moment to be like, man, that movie, woo.
This movie makes you think, dude, for real.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
It is. Sure. It is.
I mean, you kind of changed the whole tone with that. You ain't supposed to.
I did. I told you.
Thanks, Tony.
First of all, this is what I like.
I mean, but that's a good movie. That's a good pick, and I want to give some of my time to discuss again just how great that movie is. So I'll kudos for that. I will commend you on that. And all right, so we are what's this, fourth round?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, yes.
All right, so 1984. As a kid, knowing that I like certain things that weren't necessarily popular and being afraid to let other people know that those were things that I liked. Not really having a secret life, but definitely, like I played football and I did a lot of the things I did in school because I wanted to be popular, when in fact I've come to understand that I've always been a geek. And one of the first times I kind of felt like it was okay was this one little movie in 1984 with Robert Carradine, Anthony Edwards, Booger, because I can never remember his actual name.
Yes.
Revenge of the Nerds. And Revenge of the Nerds, it was exactly what you expected it to be. I mean, it was 70 on the tomato meter, 73 audience score, so, it's pretty fairly depicted. And they it's like they made the movie and understood the movie they were making. It was definitely lowbrow comedy, but it was also like had a little bit of heart to it. You know what I'm saying? Like they addressed things that probably weren't commonly being addressed at the time. They touched on homosexuality, and they touched on nerds versus jocks, and just how people are put into a category whether they know you or not. And then, of course, there's always the famous line: all jocks think about is sports, and all nerds think about is sex. So I kind of knew where my movie was at that. But no, like honestly, Revenge of the Nerds, Lambda, 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 and the Tri
Man,
Lambs. It's
if that wasn't the best scene at the fair, well, the brothers came out.
yeah.
It
I
was
mean,
like
it's
they told you, "Hey, not today.
right,
Don't cross that
and
line."
like Ted McGinley, who Al Bundy's show, Married with Children,
Mary Georgia.
the neighbor that he would always fight with, Marcy's husband, Ted McGinley. And it's great because that's the kind of person he grows up to be. Just a kept man, and it's like he was this ace in college. He was the star this, star that. And just to see that that's where he ends up, it's fantastic. And I love that. But yeah, Revenge of the Nerds, Lamar, he was so great. I love the cast.
Wormser.
All right.
Yeah, Wormser.
Wormser was my dude.
Larry B. Scott, who did like one or two. I think he did like a movie. Space Camp was about the only other thing I remember him from. But yeah, it was great movie. Great.
All right.
kickback.
Good job. Good pick. Good pick. I like that. Revenge of the Nerds. All right. Dunesia.
Okay. I'm not big into musicals, which is funny because my other list has a musical as well. It's not really a musical, but there's a lot of singing. I enjoy singing along with the movie, doing dance moves and things. This came out in 1991. 39% Rotten Tomatoes, 95% audience score. It's 5 Heartbeats.
Damn, they had it that low? Really?
Wow.
Unless I wrote it down wrong.
I would really expect that to be higher.
Well, in that period, that time, and stuff like that, like
Damn.
I don't doubt it. Because you got to remember who was the big critics and stuff writing about a lot of that stuff at the time.
That's true.
So I
I
mean,
gotta fight every night to prove my love.
so
You know what? I also just want to throw out that 5 Heartbeats only has 18 reviews. So that 39% tomato meter comes from 18 reviews.
That's because we don't review things on Rotten Tomatoes.
Right. No, I mean, but that's why that aggregate score is so low, because they don't have any actual reviews on it. But 95 audience score because it's got 19,000 reviews from the audience. And it's a fantastic movie.
18 people that don't understand the movie. So it's
right.
You touch on family and fame and drug abuse and infidelity and the music industry and murder and
All right.
great film.
That's a great movie.
5 Heartbeats for your number 4. Tony.
Okay, so my movie that I watched was actually given to me by a friend. I want to say right when it hit the DVD. We had actually mentioned this earlier, and I was hoping nobody would remember it. But it's with Guy Pearce, Carrie Ann Moss. It's Memento.
Oh, see, I would have put that in a different one. Okay.
Nah, this is just it's once I saw it, the man, his wife gets raped and murdered, then he gets the head injury, and you got to think you can only remember 15 minutes and then you forget everything. And just to see his journey through trying to find his wife's killer, just that in itself is worth the watch. Because if you put yourself in that situation, how would you handle it?
But I mean, also it's got Joey Pants, and Joey Pantaleone is in this, and
Pantaleone.
He did such a great job in the supporting role, and we get very little out of the movie from Carrie Ann Moss. I mean, we get enough. I'm not saying she did a bad job or anything like that, but Guy Pearce and Joey P really drove this movie, and this was one of the first. I'm not going to do it here. I'll do it at another time, but I saw this movie and it made me want to know who this director was. And after seeing this, I went and researched Christopher Nolan, and I went back and I watched Following, And I was like, okay. And then of course, anything else that came out later, I wanted to have that same high that I got from watching Memento, and that's what I've looked for in all his movies. That feeling that I got from Memento, like shock me, wow me, do something I haven't seen. So yeah, that's a great pick. Like, man, that's a good pick.
All right. So now, final round. Sam.
So we only doing 5. Good.
Yep. I mean, were we doing more?
So
I wasn't told.
Well, I mean, if you weren't told, then we're not. Because
We'll
you're the
just do
moderator.
5. We'll do our
I
alternates.
was like, why would we do more than 5? Like,
I wrote it down.
so I don't want to make anyone surprised. We're just going to make this really simple. 1978. It was the first movie I ever saw. At least that's what my dad tells me. First movie he took me to in the theaters. It was the movie that made me believe a man could fly. Don't give me that look. Don't give me that
obvious.
look. Are we doing guilty pleasures?
Yes.
Thank you. So let me have my movie. Fix your face.
Go ahead.
Why you gotta be mean
For
to
those
me,
of you who are
y'all?
just listening, I want everybody to know Dunesia gave me this look that was just like, do not shame me on my guilty pleasures list. Can we not do that? Superman the movie. 94 Rotten Tomatoes, 86% audience score. I don't have to explain nothing. It's Superman the movie. I feel like everybody's seen that.
Christopher Reeve.
Honestly, I feel like everybody's seen this movie. So I will leave it right there, and that's my guilty pleasures. That makes the last on my cut.
All right, Indonesia. I expect to hear
Something
zero
was better
bullshit.
than a zero on
pick.
Rotten
I'm not
Tomatoes.
giving you my 0.
I want to hear.
It's not on my
number
list
5.
anymore.
Whatever. You either give us a 0 or you got 17 more picks.
For those of you who don't know, Dunesia had a movie that she's refusing to name that she had on her list that had a 0 score on Rotten
0.
Tomatoes.
I
And she
want to
will
know.
not reveal what said movie is.
Well, she got to do the rest of the show by herself.
So stay tuned. I will do my best to figure out what this is, and I will make
Wait a
mention.
minute. I wonder if I can figure it out.
But until then, Dunesia, go ahead with your alternate pick.
Does it have a little alien in it?
This wasn't one of my alternates for that one, but this
Battlefield Earth.
No.
After Earth.
It's not even like in that kind
No,
of.
wait. After Earth. Will Smith and
After-
Jaden Smith.
Absolutely not.
Staying alive.
Disrespect me in front of company.
Right? Disrespectful. Anyway, my last film, 1986, 26% on Rotten Tomatoes, 47% audience score. One of my favorite Eddie Murphy movies. Is completely ridiculous, but I love it. The Golden Child.
Can
That
I
is-
have the knife?
Please.
Please.
There's no flaw.
My dear sweet brother Noomsy.
Man. Everything in that movie had me dying laughing at that food. Everything.
It is so ridiculous. Like, to watch it now, you're just like, what?
I just thought it was funny that a lot of people didn't know that the golden child was actually a little girl.
Mhm.
Right.
But that freaking, like, nobody freaking knew. It was like,
Survive this. None. None. Come on, dude.
You know what? I like that pick. Actually, I would have taken any one of the Beverly Hills Cop movies, like anything 80s.
Not any of them. Not any of them.
What's a bad one from that time? That he was on a roll right then, and Eddie Murphy.
The 80s was his.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Anything from
for
that
sure.
time.
But
Would've been a
3
good
wasn't
pick.
that good. Beverly Hills Cop 3 wasn't that good.
No, 3 was not good at all. But
No. You
it
can't
wasn't
say
that good. Yeah, it wasn't that good, but I
Mm-mm.
did like the callbacks. That's the only thing I like about the movie. Is the
Mhm.
callbacks.
But it wasn't good.
That's it. Yeah.
But
So.
3, it was
3,
still
no.
action.
3 kind of like became a parody of itself.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true.
But-
But the first
So, no.
two,
I love Eddie Murphy,
The
but
first-
yeah, for me,
I
it's
give you the
Golden
first
Child.
two. I give you the first two.
the
Golden
first two, and the
Child
third one,
above
they
those.
really just like, let's milk this as much as we can and see if we can do another one. You know, Judd Nelson kind of tried, but he can't carry it. And I think that's what they tried to do then. They tried to push a little bit more onto them. But yeah, Golden Child was hilarious. Like, even with the little can dancing to the Ritz, you know, like so much about that movie that's callback.
Him and the monk.
It's like the entire movie. You can quote the entire movie.
Mhm.
You can. Okay, that was good.
Child. All right, Tony. You know,
I don't
round
know.
up.
I can't even follow that. So I'm just gonna put a movie on it. I like. I don't care if nobody else likes. I watch it. It's got Kurt Russell in it. 78 on Rotten Tomatoes, 82% audience score. It's got Jack Burton. Big Truck. Big Trouble in Little
Little
China.
China.
Big Trump, yes. Yes.
That's a great movie.
Look now.
I don't feel like that's a guilty pleasure. That's just a good fucking movie. Like,
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I don't care.
That's a good movie.
Look, it'll go Last Dragon, Big Trouble in Little China, Starship Troopers. That right there all day.
that's a weekend. That's a weekend right
That's-
there.
So yeah, it's like you got everything here. You want action, you want martial arts, you got that. You want comedy, you got that. You want monsters, yep, got that too. It even got the elements. You want Mortal Kombat characters, we got that too. So come on, it's nothing bad you can say about.
And
this
you know
movie.
what
This
else it
movie is
has?
fucking great. What?
2 girls with green eyes.
2 girls with green eyes.
Not one,
Nope.
but 2.
Don't let
Lopan.
Lopan. Oh yes, yes.
Yeah,
James
there's so much.
Hong-
That's a good movie.
There's so
James
much good
Hong
about
as
Big Trouble in Little
Lopan
China.
in that movie. Oh, Jay and Victor Wong was Egg Shin. Oh my god, those two together are just freaking ridiculous. They are. Oh yes. All right, I'm done.
All right,
I'm
Big
I'm
Trouble in Little
fanboy.
China.
I'm
Round-
fanboy.
A
round
whole
it out.
moment over here in Big Trouble.
Yes,
in
I
Little
that whole
China.
moment.
Dude, that movie was great. Now that's what they could have made a sequel to, because they left it open at the end.
Yeah, because the monster is on the back of the
It's on
truck.
they could have said something like he turned into Harry and the Henderson out in the wilderness somewhere. They could have did something with it.
I mean, they haven't made it yet, but you know what Jack Burton always says at a time like this?
See, I always
What
say.
the hey? I mean, if they don't make a sequel to it, it'll be fine. I've already got like some sequel in my head for that movie, but
I mean, it came out in '86. Everybody's probably I know two of them, a couple of them ain't around no more. So
there's some good actors out there that kind of step in and fill those roles.
I don't want them to fill the roles. You can't fill. You can't bring Lopan back. You got to have somebody new. You can't.
Well, no. You don't bring Lopan back, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
You
given
got to
that
have like
Lopan was-
descendants. You got to have descendants.
You take someone like
And what you gonna do with the elements? You can't use them. You gonna have what? You gotta get new ones. Ooh, you could use Avatar people.
Look, y'all,
Okay.
y'all go beat this to death and stuff like that and figure it out. Like that. We're gonna have to have a whole theory crafting movie. Like we're like, okay, what movie would you theory craft and redo? That may be a topic for another day.
What was the rock girl in Avatar? What was her name? The blind one. Toph.
Oh, Toph.
Toph. Come on now, let her be in there. She be the villain.
I mean, given that you had so you had rain,
Sam? No.
thunder.
Yeah,
No,
please.
we're not
No.
doing it. We're not
No,
doing
this
it.
is-
We're
this
not
is
doing
quick.
it.
Were they
Yeah.
This is
airbenders?
quick.
But wait,
No,
were they
we're not doing it.
airbenders
It's not
or were they
quick.
elemental?
You
We're
had
not doing it.
lightning. You had
We-
thunder, lightning,
No.
and wind.
Okay. Hey. No. Drink that cup.
Alternate.
That's it.
You had rain,
Okay,
and
I'm
Fuji.
taking
So,
another sip. I'm
Hey,
taking another
you
sip.
got each of y'all. You got 30 seconds. Let's like that to rattle off any alternates and stuff that
I
you
don't know if I
want.
like a moderator.
I don't care what you like. At this point, I don't give two fucks.
So honestly, okay. As far as nostalgia, I mean, any of the older movies that I actually like could have made the cut for that. The first ones that come to mind are, of course, like It's a Wonderful Life, A Christmas Story. Go back to some of the more pop culture-esque movies, something like Goonies comes to mind. You know, the stuff that I would have been like, oh, I want
That
my
was on
kids
my
to
list.
see it. Stuff that I grew up on. Pretty much any of those would have fallen under the nostalgia category. My guilty pleasures, I've already given my honorable mention with Dance Flick. I've listed it in my comedy top 5. It falls here again, just because it's one that, like, regardless of somebody else says. I do want to throw out Hot Rod with Andy Samberg as a guilty pleasure. That movie makes me laugh.
I get it.
That's pretty funny.
That movie makes me laugh.
I like
just
Andy
the
Samberg.
whole, like, I'm so angry I want to go into the woods and dance fight. Like, if you haven't seen Hot Rod, do yourself a favor. Get a laugh, get a chuckle out of that. Especially if you like something like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, then you'll see where it comes from, and go check out Hot Rod. But those would be the only honorable mentions. The nostalgia movies are, like I said, the old movies I grew up with, and the honorable mentions for my guilty pleasures have already been stated.
All right, we're gonna move on to Dunesia. What you got?
On my alternates, I have Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and Stand By Me, Drop Dead Fred, of course.
I thought you were gonna put that one on the list.
We talked about it,
right, which is why I thought that was gonna be on your list. I literally
thought she was gonna do Stand By Me.
Never Ending Story, and the one that had 0
Take that off.
on Rotten Tomatoes,
Jaws.
Problem Child.
That has 0?
I'm shocked.
Wow.
I'm not agreeing with that. No.
See, that's funny because, like, I would overlook that one and be like, that's okay.
Yeah,
I would have, like, if you had said, like, Police Academy.
Oh, those are good.
Because technically, Police Academy 4 does have a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes. That's Citizens on Patrol. But I'm not going to act like I didn't laugh my ass off because it was still Police Academy. And they still had Steve Guttenberg. That was the last one he was in. So.
Well, we know why. All right, Tony, let's go ahead and.
All right, so like I said, I really don't like musicals, but one of the few musicals I did like was Grease. That was one of my that I'll sit down and watch just because of the what if they had, what actually happened. They said, she actually died in the beginning of the movie and the rest of it was a dream. That's like that changed the whole movie for me.
It did.
And then my guilty pleasure is Wayne's World.
Excellent. Party on Tony.
Party on Sam. So see.
And I actually like Wayne's World better.
Swing. Like, you know what? Mike Myers is still my pleasure. Let me just throw that out there.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Leave Tony alone.
It's still my time.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm co-signing, but you
and
know what?
You had
sucked. How about that?
Stop. Moderator. Mute him.
Look. Sam. Not another word, Sam. You done. Tony,
okay.
carry on,
let
please.
Me stop. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I was being petty. I muted Tony. Hold on. Let me
3 a.m. muted me. Oh, Buster. All right, then I had Monster Squad. I don't know if y'all remember that movie.
Yeah, I actually do.
It was about the kids who just decided to go hunt monsters, and they was out there hunting Frankenstein and Dracula for no reason.
It was
dumb as shit. Yeah, Monster Squad. And then two of these that fell along the Ferris Bueller track but didn't get as much play. Better Off Dead and One Crazy Summer.
Oh, One Crazy Summer.
Yeah. Both of those, $2. That right there, I'm good. I would say that all day long. So those are mine.
All right. So got those honorable mentions down. So with that, I like a list. So that there's some movies I know I like. I'm surprised. I'm not surprised they get mentions of that because again, it's me. But the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's one of my favorites. So that I could watch that all day, every day. So that Ace Ventura. So that I'll always watch Ace Ventura. Again, you mentioned Lethal Weapon. I watched the entire Lethal Weapon series, no problem.
Yep.
That Trading Places is another one that I'll watch for that.
That's another one.
We mentioned Count of Monte Cristo on a previous video, so with that, which is another one like I will always sit down to watch. Ghostbusters 2.
That's such a good movie. I don't know that falls.
Did you just say 2?
Yeah, Ghostbusters 2. So that here's the reason why, and so with that.
You gotta convince me.
Yeah, freaking Ray Parker, so that, which is a family member.
Okay.
So freaking again, I know the song, so like I said, I know everything freaking related to that. So that's the honestly that was the first one I watched, and I had to go back and watch the original, and I did enjoy the original. But again, I watched my order because I didn't know any better with that. And then Aladdin is something I will watch no matter what. I don't care. I
Not
will
the Will
sing.
Smith one.
No, the original one. I will watch that and sing every single song, every lyric. I don't care if I'm in public with my kids by myself. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna sing the shit out of it. So, yeah. But
See, this is
oh,
why we can't hang out right there. That right there. Because you'll start singing, I'm like, all right, fuck it, let's go. And I'm gonna go. I'm going with you.
okay, let's get it. So,
That's all
Let's get it.
he, all
But-
is he, all of Bob.
And I'm the guy that I'm gonna just start dancing with it. I'm gonna
yeah,
put my hands
I'm
on my hips and
dancing.
start.
I'm
Wait, but you
drunk.
see, I was
drumming.
like, that's that jam right there now,
You
you
know what I'm
know.
saying? I'm gonna get you hype. I'm gonna
That
start
Prince
breakdancing.
Ali
That's
was that was the hit. Like, don't get it twisted.
Yeah, I'll get it. So, yeah, again, these were some solid picks. I said again, we want to hear, in the comments about that if anybody's got any guilty pleasures that they agree with, any ones that they don't, any one thing that you want to name and you want to throw out there, something you think we should watch that we may not have seen. I doubt it. Between all of us, I'm sure one of us has probably seen it, but give it a go and see what you
never know.
guys got. So, but yeah,
That'd be a good thing. Like, see if somebody can stomp us.
yeah, I'm gonna see if somebody can. So,
I think
other than that,
one of the other ones that I
Oh.
like, and this is just in searching for Denisia's like 0 rated movie, I I came across. I'm gonna help her out. I came across one that when Corey Haim and Corey Feldman in the 80s were doing all of their movies. Pretty much
Yes.
anything they did qualifies for me as a guilty pleasure. I'm gonna watch the shit out of them. Specifically, Dream a Little Dream. When I think that was the one where Corey Feldman kind of thought he was Michael Jackson, half the movie, but they do like the whole body swap bit, and like the old people end up being the young people again. So I could probably do about another 20 guilty pleasure movies, but yeah, see if you can stump us. Give us something in the comments. Come up with some good ones, and more importantly, what is that movie that you'll fight about it because you like it and other people maybe don't. Maybe they gave it a 0. Tony, nobody gave Last Dragon
Corey
a 0.
Feldman was Donatello in Ninja Turtles.
Boom! See, that's how you bring it all together. That's really what made me think of that movie was when you said that and thinking about her 0, your Ninja Turtles. That made me remember like all them Feldman movies. Yeah, because like did nobody say The Lost Boys and like that? But that to me, I don't really feel. I don't know. I think if it's a good movie, it ain't a guilty pleasure. Like if it's a good movie, it's a good movie. Ergo, I have a problem with one of the ones you listed. You know what I'm saying? Because like y'all calling actual good movies. Like you calling good movies. That's not a guilty pleasure. That's a good ass movie. Everybody should stop and watch that. You know, something like Grandma's Boy that maybe everybody not feeling. That's a guilty pleasure. You like it and others don't. Other movies that come to mind. But we won't speak on
Let
it.
Will wrap it up.
So,
Moderator.
yeah,
Moderator,
we're good.
you're
So,
doing it again.
Okay, I just said we're not going to
You're
speak
doing
on
it again.
yeah,
You're doing it again.
you always do it. You always say you're not going to do it, and you always do it. So that's
that.
why
I didn't speak
Your
on it.
form of
and
protest.
I like to be able to, make sure that the audience knows. We all know that it's Sam's fault. So we're gonna we're gonna change it from "Damn it, David" to "Damn it, Sam" for the remainder of the video.
It actually has a nicer
It is.
ring to it
So,
anyway, you know?
you know,
No, instead of
yeah.
listen, Linda, silent Sam. Silent Sam.
Yeah.
Silent Sam. But you got to make the face with it. You got to make the
Silent
face.
Sam. Silent Sam. Silent Sam. Silent Sam. Sam. Come on. Silent Sam.
Yeah. So
All right.
that's what we got for you guys. We appreciate everything. So with that, you guys tuning in to watch what's going on. So again, you got some nostalgic or guilty pleasure movies you want to talk about, so that throw them in the comments, so that, or better yet, you can hit up our Facebook page, so that, drop a thread, so that, and we can all talk about it. You got, over 1,000 geeks that want to talk about it and throw their comments in. So go ahead and hop on over, give it a like, and stuff like that, and hopefully we'll see you there.
Other than that, we ask that you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you know whenever we upload new videos so you can stay a part of our top 5. Also, while you're at the YouTube channel, make sure to check out the Gag on These Balls podcast. And we got some exciting things coming for you in the future. So stay tuned and be a part of that. We want to thank everybody for checking out this video or listening to this podcast. I'm Sam. That was Dunesia. We've got Tony. And moderating tonight was Will. We thank you, and y'all have a great day. Be great to somebody else, all right? Do good. Peace.